Hey, we did it.
Are we live?
Welcome.
You did it. All right.
You did. You did it. I'm here with Mechagodzilla himself. He's on vacation, as you can tell by his shirt. Okay, so he's normally not available for streams like this. What are you doing? It looks like you're in a lounge at a really expensive resort.
I'm in a great lounge. I'm ready to kick out some Godzilla and Angers.
What is Mechagodzilla's favorite cocktail? Put you on the spot. Go.
I think a Mai Tai. I think he would enjoy an island drink.
Yeah. What is the drink that's like on fire? What is that drink?
Mai Tai.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
They bring it to you and they flame it and all that kind of stuff?
All
right, take off that mask. No one can hear
All
anything.
right. Fine.
What's up, dude? Welcome, everybody watching the Mondo YouTube channel. We're back. We're super excited to bring to you a special presentation, Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla watch along. The movie is already playing. If you know what you're doing, you're already watching the film. But for those of you who don't, what we're doing tonight is in association with Toho and Pluto TV. Hector and I are going to be hosting a watch along. So it's not your traditional watch along. We're not going to just sit here blank face and watch a movie in front of you. I think that would be horrific. Instead, that's what you wanted to do. It was so much easier. But instead of doing that, we could have done that. They literally told us, and I'm not lying, that Ron Perlman sat on his couch and put the camera on himself to just watch a movie. I said, that sounds amazing and easy, but I don't know if I'm that entertaining. Ron Perlman's super entertaining.
I would love to do that. I mean, sitting on the couch sounds great right now.
Yes, exactly. So if you've never done it before, let me show you how this works. Hold on, because I'm trying to figure this out on the go. Boom, there we are. So essentially, if you've never done it yet, you can go to, there's a description under the video, right? So you can see the video description. There's a link underneath it. And if you scroll down, it says watch Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla on Pluto TV live here. So you click that link and it'll take you to a website just like this, where let me see, on the bottom left, you'll be able to scroll. Where did that thing go? There we go. Hold on a second. I'm doing 50 things at the same time. Here we go. So you'll be able to scroll and you'll see channels on the left side. There's different categories. I think the easiest way to find it, we clicked on sci-fi. And then when you click on sci-fi, you'll see a cool channel that looks like this. It says Godzilla. And right now it says Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. So we're not going to actually put the video on here for any longer. We're going to get taken down, copyright strike. But you can do exactly this, what we're doing here, which is we have the YouTube video going on one screen, and we got the Pluto TV stream. It's free. It's a Godzilla channel. It's like literally playing all the movies on loop. Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla right now, then Godzilla 98 after. It's awesome, you guys. So welcome and thank you. Now, Hector, what else are we doing tonight? Give them the rundown.
All right, so we have a bunch of special guests, right? Yes. That's awesome. We have Florian Bertler with us. We have Jesse Hernandez, Urban Aztec with us. We have Attack Peter with us. And we also have Cam over from the records department. And we're all going to be talking about some of our releases. We're going to be watching our movie. One of the best, probably one of my favorite Godzilla movies, I think, like out of the whole history of maybe 20, 30 films, whatever it is at this point. This is one in my top 10 for sure. So
100%.
We're going to be doing some giveaways. We're going to be doing some giveaways throughout the hour and a half, and just chatting and watching the movie with you all.
Perfect. So and if you guys are watching, and again, any questions you have, you can throw them in the chat. I see so many people already. I want to shout everybody out. We got Ricardo Crespo, Alex Brewer. I think I can do something here cool. I can do this. Look.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey,
Jacob Walsh. How's it going?
Jacob Walsh is here. Slightly Basic. Ricardo Crespo. It's my first time using StreamYard, you guys. So it's so cool. John Price, Greg Lunzer. It's a full house, you guys. Welcome. Mr. Lamphere. I see you. Ben Donnelly. I see you. It's a fun stream that we're going to have tonight. So let's bring in, like you said, Cam, because Cam is another one of our Mondo in-house crew.
What's up, everyone? How you doing?
Great, man. Good to see you.
Cam Dean. See you too.
For people who don't know you and what you do, tell us a little bit. Tell us the elevator pitch on Cam.
So yeah, my name is Cam Dean. I've been with Mondo a little over a year now. I'm the record label manager over here. It's kind of an all-encompassing position, but I got my hand in a little bit of everything that goes on in the music department over here. So it's fun. I'm really stoked to be part of this team and be making some really cool stuff. So.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
It's awesome. We got to know each other this year, and we love Cam. He's a super fun dude. He knows his stuff, and he's got the right energy for a job that can sometimes be a lot of work and pretty stressful. So
yeah. People don't really realize
Here's to that.
part of it, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. What's that?
I said Cam used to have bangs at the beginning of the year, and then they just all fell out. Not true.
I actually did used to have bangs a really long time ago.
We were all here, and this just we're good.
So since Cam's here, I thought it would be a really good idea. Now let me try to figure this out. There's a million things. Let me try to figure this out. I thought it would be a really good idea to show off a record that is dropping today for Godzilla Day. Let me see if I can do it. Nobody panic. Everybody's excited.
Just stay calm, Peter.
Oh, believe me. Let me see. Actually, there we go. Present. You guys, this is exciting. All right, where is this dang screen? All right.
It's okay, because while you look for that, we have a movie to watch.
There we go.
So, while you're messing around with the keyboard and trying to figure out
playing computer games.
I have an awesome Godzilla movie going where they're holding, King Caesar's probably his little totem. It's pretty cool.
Here we go. I found it. Jesus, you guys. Here we go.
You got it. By the way, before we get into this, I just want to say King Caesar is an awesome character, and I just hope that he gets more love somewhere down the line because he's just really cool.
He is awesome. And so right now, you guys, if you go to mondoshop.com, you'll see that we have a ton of kick-ass Godzilla stuff to celebrate Godzilla Day, right? So we're going to talk all about the Jesse Hernandez, aka Urban Aztec Godzilla, which is all the rage. Like, it's all anybody wants to talk about is the original version that came out and this beautiful blue version that came out. It's so sick. You know me, and I love stylized interpretations of these characters. So it's just so awesome to have a new one in the pantheon of Godzilla collectibles. We'll talk about my Mecha Godzilla 2 later. And but
yeah, it's gonna be kind of like a behind the scenes. We're gonna show a little bit of how we made the figure, talk about it, briefly, especially during these commercial breaks.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So right off the rip, we got this awesome record that I want to talk about, and I'm gonna bring not only Cam, we brought you Cam, we're also bringing in the great Florian Bertmer.
Yeah,
there he is. The studio audience is going crazy for him. Welcome, Florian.
What's up, you guys?
Florian Bertmer, legacy Mondo artist. He's actually responsible for probably one of my top 3 all-time Mondo posters, which is your Alien poster. I told you that in private.
Oh, wow.
I told
Thank
people,
you. Yeah.
To me, it's one of the greatest of all time. And everybody knows you for your amazing drawing and illustration style and your ability to capture incredible detail. So right before we get into it too much, I want to say that you guys can get, starting today, the Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla original motion picture soundtrack. It's a double LP. It's $45 to pre-order, and it is available now on mondoshop.com. So check this thing out, dude. Cam, talk to me about these record colors, because Florian and I were sitting backstage just saying, "Damn, it's so cool." How does something like that get decided?
I mean, it's kind of a group decision. I'll give a shout out to Chelsea Taylor, who's watching this stream right now. I think she actually came up with
Chelsea for sure.
Yeah, she came up with these schemes right here with the help of one of our production partners who helped us put this together. It's honest, like all of the Toho line that we did, like we kind of pulled out all the stops for the packaging and the vinyl colors and all that, but this is definitely one of my favorites, and it like just goes with the packaging so good. And like when you finally see it up front or in person, it is just like way cooler. I wish I had one in front of
it's so sick. And I'm glad you're here, dude, because someone asked a record question that I have no answer for.
What's that?
BA, here, this is good. And look what I can do. I can put it right here. BA Sura says 33 or 45.
These are 33, I believe.
Nice.
Yes.
And Chelsea will correct us if we're wrong, because she's
I didn't.
Excuse me.
No,
So,
it was definitely 33 because I approved the tests on this one, so I can say that with certainty.
Nice. So yeah, I'm just looking at like the whole thing with these, man. So you get an original cover that Florian illustrated that is the most insane depiction of the flying space Godzilla.
It's so awesome, Florian. Great
Thanks,
work
guys.
on this.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then the gatefold here, you get to see it. And we're gonna break down this whole. All right, I just want to show this off once for the audience. Look at that.
Gotta have baby Godzilla.
I love how y'all included it on the record like that.
It's so cool.
It's so cute, man. It's so good.
It's like one of my favorite scenes in a movie with the guy with the machine gun. So it's like, what? And it's baby Godzilla.
It's awesome, dude. So yeah, it'll be they're numbered, it seems like, and they'll be
the color versions are numbered. We have eco vinyl versions on the whole Toho line too, which is vinyl that uses leftover pellets from other pressings at the pressing plant to make it more eco-friendly. Those are not numbered, but all the limited versions are colored on the whole line. So
awesome,
pretty cool.
Because every eco vinyl disc is 100% unique color, so that's really rad.
So it's a fun little surprise when you open those up, and they usually look pretty cool. So
yeah, so awesome. So I want to go ahead and since we got Florian here, I want to show off a little bit. I mean, this is not it's not an exhaustive of the process, right, Florian? We're kind of showing a streamlined version of what it's like to go from sketch to finish. So when we started working on this, we were talking about you had a few pieces sketched out already, and then we were talking about what do we do for the inside, what do we do for the right. And so this is the gatefold, right? So we showed this a second ago, but can you tell us about how you get to this point, this sketch stage, which is still pretty refined for a sketch?
Is it really? I don't know.
To me, I mean, people have seen my sketches.
Too.
They look like someone's having a stroke.
My sketches
you know what I'm
are
saying?
horrendous. So
yes,
yeah,
your sketches are actually like people understand what's happening.
Well, I hope so. Well, I think when we talked about it, we had the idea of showing like a classic computer game versus image, like the two main characters, the two titans clashing. So that was like the main idea, and the next big step for me is finding like good detailed reference, which is really hard. I found out, and lucky to you were able to help me. But my goodness, like finding good reference for how these guys look, it's not easy.
Yeah, that's a good point. First of all, to go off what you said is we had talked about that. How cool would it be? You open up the gatefold and it's like a Mortal Kombat screen, right? Like a character select screen where they're like Godzilla, Space Godzilla, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And to your point, you can't just, and your work, you do work with references because, you're trying to get, you're stylized, but you're very on model at the same time. And so you don't want to BS that stuff. You want to have a sense of what actually is there and then decide what you're going to incorporate or not, correct?
Yeah, I don't want to make a mistake and someone's going to be like, hey, that looks off. That's not it's like the worst thing that can happen to you.
You got to try to stay on model, right? I mean, totally. Right? At least hit all the landmarks. I think that
exactly.
Yeah, and then this is so good.
Right. So we take something like this, right? And we'll submit this in concept sometimes to the licensor, whether it's Toho, etc., and say, this is what we're thinking, yada, yada. And they'll give some general notes in this early phase. And then when we get approval, we go back to it, right? And like you said, we were able to get a bunch of great references, material. Actually, I got to shout out my buddy Keelan, who is a big Godzilla collector and collects the books, the Japanese movie books that have tons of photos of images that are never actually used in the movie. So, I
think Matthew A just actually talked about those, the photo books that have the behind the scenes of the suits and the designs and stuff like that. 100%.
Yeah. So this is what we got next from Florian, which is incredible. I mean, this stuff already could go out.
So this is how I started. Like I started doing a grayscale version of it. By the way, do you remember I did the entire art with a broken wrist?
Yes.
Do you remember that?
Jordan coming in the finals with the flu.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that was not fun.
Yeah, you were injured. I remember you were telling me like some time constraints. Like there was a bunch of stuff going on.
I had a whole cast on and I had to draw like that. So
he drew this whole thing with his feet, you guys.
I did. Yeah. So yeah, that was the initial grayscale, and from there on, once that was fleshed out, I went to the color and tried to pick up elements from the front, like the nice purple hues and the blues, what we see here. Because that's the cool thing about these movies. You can go a little bit nuts with the colors. I love that.
Exactly. And honestly, like these kind of pieces, to your point, they feel like, I mean, why I'm a fan of your work is that it feels like images that were in the film or direct reference to the film, but then you realize that they're not necessarily like these are, you're able to take what is there, from reference material, whether it's a screenshot, whether it's a magazine or whatever, it's a book, and conjure up something that didn't exist before. And I think that's probably the best compliment I can pay you, because you're bringing, you're taking it to the level where if someone told me, yeah, that's like drawn from an exact reference, I'd be like, oh, that makes sense. It's spot on. But these,
I hope so. That's the goal. Yeah. I mean,
yes,
that's ultimately the goal,
And that's the apex for me. It's like, you have skill, you understand composition and conceptualizing an image that's exciting to someone who opens this. It's the whole package, man. So salutes to you and congratulations. It's beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So, here's a close up of the baby Godzilla. We were just talking about this.
I just love that one. I can't help it. That's probably my favorite part.
By the way, happening, I'm going to chime in every now and then because I am watching this. And there's an amazing fight happening in this movie right now that I completely
right now there's an actual human brawl happening.
Yeah. I mean, this is a pretty legit fight.
Yeah. No, look. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla is a legit great movie in my opinion. I think it's probably the best overall movie of Showa era. I always say my favorite is Son of Godzilla, which is not many people's favorite. But I think in terms of a legit movie, this is one of the best that has the whole package in it,
Yeah, you can enjoy the whole thing, right? You can really, even this is really entertaining, this brawl in the appointment or whatever.
So we were talking a second before the stream, and Hector, maybe you know the answer to this. I said it's Baby Godzilla, and I thought I was right. Is there another? I know there's Baby Godzilla. We know Minya is the Showa representation. We know there's Godzilla Jr. and some, and I always confuse them. I think this is Baby Godzilla. Am I right?
I always call them Baby. I mean, there is Godzilla Jr., right, from Godzilla versus Destroyer, right? Which
yes.
I think was just on earlier.
Someone in the chat will correct us.
Yeah. Kyle will chime in and he'll say
exactly. Something. Oh, look, Melanie says, I love how he alternates between punching and pillow smothering. That was the reference to the fight.
and punching over pillow smothering, right? That was I've never seen smother punch at the same time.
Yeah, dude, that was great. And so but this image came through originally as a sketch, but I'm like, oh my God, brilliant, dude. Because one of my favorite movies, parts of this movie, and I think you guys will agree with me, is Baby Godzilla.
Yeah, he's
so cute,
so adorable.
Why do you think it works, Hector, from a design standpoint? A design like this could have been too much, right? It could have been like almost like a Muppet or almost silly. Like, why does it work? Because I don't at any point go, oh my God, the baby version. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool.
No, they were able to capture that perfect that blend of something really cute, but he still seems like you could see him growing up to being like a Godzilla eventually. But obviously they were going for something that was cute. I mean, he's like the Baby Yoda before Baby Yoda.
Yeah,
he's a pretty good Grogu. Yeah.
Hey, look, Baby Godzilla is from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. Aha! So then Godzilla 2024, correct us on. So Mark Nosler is saying Little Godzilla. There's a branding issue here, you guys. We got to talk about this.
There's really no name.
Little Godzilla's on the screen right now, so I guess Little Godzilla.
Yes. Oh, okay. Is that what Kyle's saying? Oh, shout out Kyle from Super 7. I got my little Super 7 hetero right here, actually.
I had the mask on earlier.
Yes. Shout out our Super 7 friends. They're kicking ass today, too. Baby Godzilla is the star of the show. Yes. Kawaii culture. Yes. Collect all monsters. Welcome. Awesome. So, yeah, Florian, again, like the other thing I was going to mention is a lot of growing up, I used to notice that if you could draw really dynamic, kick-ass, badass looking monsters, it wasn't always a guarantee that you could draw the cute stuff well, and vice versa. What's the secret to that, in your opinion? Like being able to do both?
I think for this guy especially, it's getting the eyes right. You got to get the eyes right, and it's got to be smooth, roundish shapes. I think a lot of it is like the reflection on the pupils and everything like that. So it's very subtle things, but it's very soft contours, I would say. That's the best I can describe it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm totally with you. He's awesome. You know what? I see this and it makes me want a little Godzilla toy. Hector,
oh yeah, that'd be
just
great.
Conjure one up real quick?
Whip that up, right?
Can you just make that real quick?
Yeah.
Right now? Yeah.
Just right now.
Yeah.
Just bust out.
Sure.
Hey, or
On-screen sculpting.
on screen. Yeah. We'll have a third screen option going on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so stoked on it. You know, we also have oh wait, this is a secret. I'm put this back up here. So stoked
Not
on
that
this.
secret anymore, huh?
So stoked on it. And I wanted to say,
the giveaway.
yeah, we're gonna do it now. We're gonna do it. I was teasing. If you haven't yet, if you're collecting the records, you know, these are amazing pieces. I mean, I've had a chance to see a lot of these up close. They do not disappoint. Florian's work showcase exclusively on this packaging. You're gonna have, if you want to collect this artwork, you're gonna have to pick up the album, and you can do that now on mondoshop.com. Florian, dude, thank you so much for hanging with us, dude. I appreciate
Anytime,
it.
you guys.
And where can people check you out online?
You gotta go, no worries. But it's a great time because Godzilla just appeared.
Yes.
On the screen.
Godzilla makes his entrance at the what minute mark is this? There we go. I don't even, but yeah, it's kicking ass. There we go. It's kicking ass, destroying. Pluto.tv. If you guys aren't watching right now, Pluto.tv, you can watch Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla live for free in your browser, or I think if you have a Roku, you can watch it there too.
Yeah, TV, smart TV, whatever.
Smart TV, yeah, awesome. I'm so into this, man. When I started getting the stream warmed up, knowing that I could watch this, I was like, let's do it. This is great. Oh man, look at that. I got some interesting factoids on this. Well, I'm going to go through in a bit, but like you said, let's do a giveaway.
Let's do a giveaway. Let's do
a giveaway. All right, hold on. Let me take this off. All right, so this is it, right?
Yeah.
Cam, what do we got?
So, got some vinyl to give away here.
Yes.
We got Godzilla against Mechagodzilla. I'm going to do a little unboxing for you, too.
Let me see if I can put you big, buddy.
These things are really cool looking. Comes with the little Japanese style belly band obi strip thing. And then all of these from the Toho line have a really cool gatefold here.
I love it. Looks so sick.
Yeah,
there you go. You're on the one.
All this art was done by Luke Priest. It's really cool. And vinyl looks a little something like this. We're going to give one of these away. This is my personal copy, but you're not getting this one. You're getting one from our warehouse.
Cam?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, totally awesome. Yeah, I love this. We're going to do a giveaway right now. So we were going to do something more elaborate, but I really think the way to do this, what do you guys think? I was going to say, give us, what should we do? Let's ask a trivia question, and the first person to get it right in the chat. What do you think?
In the chat?
Hector,
all right, yeah.
What's a good trivia question?
Oh, well, you're the one. You got to think
what
of one
year
I'll think of the next
Godzilla against Mechagodzilla come out? This movie right here, the soundtrack is for. What year did it come out? First person to get it right in the chat is winning this soundtrack.
You can't Google it either. You got to know.
You got to know, and I'm going to Google it to make sure the answer is right. Let me see.
Those are wrong.
Oh, yeah, I got it right here. Okay, no one can mess with me. Ah, we got a winner. We got a winner. Let's see. A few people got it, but the first person that I saw here, Christopher Connor, 2002. That is correct, sir. You are getting a copy of this soundtrack. All you got to do is email. Who are they emailing? Hector, you told me?
Oh.
Support at mondoshop.com.
Support at mondoshop.com. Maybe we can make it pop up or something.
Yeah, I'll do that right now. Hold on.
Support at mondoshop.com.
At mondoshop.com. Boom. Email support at mondoshop.com. Let them know you won Cam's copy of this soundtrack and that he will be signing it for you.
I will be signing it. Yeah.
You don't have to take that. But yeah, definitely email support at mondoshop.com. Let them know that you got the answer right during the live stream, and we will send you a copy. Send them your address and all that good stuff. So congratulations, Chris. Appreciate you hanging out with us.
So now we're this is a pretty sick fight, by the way.
Yeah, let's Let's focus on this for a second, because this is one of my favorite moments in Showa Godzilla movies.
Yeah, he's just like,
Oh.
Now, spoilers. This isn't Godzilla.
oh, you can't do that yet.
Yeah,
What
people need
What
to
if
know.
someone hasn't seen it?
They need to brace themselves.
No.
The coolest thing, I wonder if when people were watching this movie live for the first time in theaters, if like they were like, what's going on? If it was like a huge twist.
I'll tell you something. When I saw this for the first time when I was a kid, I was thinking that exact thing. I was like, what's happening? I thought they were friends.
Absolutely. Yeah.
They're
It's
buddies,
crazy.
aren't they? Why is Godzilla doing this?
I know. And it was weird because I also noticed that he
I will
looked
never
thick
forget
and big.
this part either, because this part's pretty brutal.
When he's picking this, he's picking up the, what is this exactly? It's metal, a piece of metal he found.
No, I don't know. Maybe our streams are off.
Space
seeing him, like-
titanium.
yeah. I'm seeing him like ripping up Anguirus's jaw.
Oh yeah.
I'm a little ahead. I think the
Oh
streams
yeah,
are
yeah.
probably a
I
little-
think I passed that a little bit ago. You might not be
Oh.
live, sir.
I am watching live. I thought it was.
Yeah. Oh, anyway, but yeah, it's awesome. That moment that you're talking about when he's ripping off Anguirus' jaw is such a bummer, dude.
Yeah.
It's a huge,
It is a
huge bummer. And I remember reading a factoid about that exact thing because since you brought it up, it says that this movie was produced right after or near the passing of Tsuburaya. And so they started to make this movie. They wanted to make the movies a little bit more violent. That's why it's one of the bloodiest ones when he's got all the rockets in him and all that kind of stuff. And they wanted to compete with the Gamera movies that were coming out at the time that were a little bit more violent. So I don't know exactly, but it seems like people like at the time, maybe Tsuburaya was aiming to keep them a little bit more family friendly. And after his passing, they went and made him a little more hardcore. So yeah, poor Anguirus. And then I read, dude, that I think it was 30 or 40 years until Anguirus was seen in a movie again. That he was supposed to show up a few more times in some other movies that got canceled.
Yeah, because this was after Godzilla versus Gigan, correct?
Right.
Yeah, because this is
Right,
74, right?
Yeah. So it was the last time we saw him for years. I bet you people wondered, hey, is Anguirus dead?
No, he crawls away and goes into the pit, wherever he goes.
Yeah, look, poor Anguirus, rip Anguirus, poor Anguirus, but damn, that soundtrack slaps. Exactly. Yeah, so yeah, super rad. And if you're watching with us, you're getting a chance to see that at the same time. So let me pop off this soundtrack now just for a second. And I'm going to bring Florian, you're welcome to stay, by the way. And then we're going to bring in the other man of the hour, Mr. Jesse Hernandez, aka the Urban Aztec. Everybody's super excited to have him. Look at the crowd's going wild.
Look at that.
This is the same audience that cheered you on when you threw that first pitch. They're here in the studio. I don't know if you know that, Jesse, but yeah. Welcome, sir.
Knuckle it up,
How you doing, man?
Chilling.
Good, dude. So happy to see you.
Yeah,
Jesse,
you guys too. Always good time.
Dude, how does it feel to have like the viral moment figure of the year, dude? Holy crap.
Oh man, no, it's a huge honor, bro. Like it's just getting to rock with you guys and oh whoa, look at all those images. Yeah.
Here we go. So
No,
yeah,
I've been,
dude.
Just stoked to see the reaction and get to see it, come to life, bro. It's been awesome.
I'm so hyped. Hector, we talked about it, but what were your give us a little bit of the behind the scenes thoughts when this was a possibility and we were saying like, give us a little peek behind the curtain.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Jesse and I, we've been buds for a while now, and we've been trying to find a way to work together with him at Mondo for a long time, right, man? It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I think ever since we've been trying to work with Jesse since I've been working here, so it's been several years at this point. We finally landed on something, and it was just kind of like, hey, man, like, do you want to do a Godzilla, right? And he was like, of course. And from there, we jumped right in, and it was like, okay, man, just start shooting over some designs. And I think if you go to the next slide or something, we can even talk about that. Yeah, there you go. This was one of Jesse's we went through a couple iterations going back and forth a bit, but this was kind of like the final one we landed on. Jesse, do you want to talk about it a little bit?
Yeah. So this was I think pretty much the final concept that we had going on. I had tried a few different things with him, and there was a bunch of versions of the stomach and chest where I was trying to get like mouths and skulls in there, and we ended up having to keep it all into more of a scale pattern. And then so yeah, this is where we kind of ended up just without the flame effect, which you would be able to add in as an accessory, and there was a tongue piece also that goes underneath. Yeah, but yeah, no, just getting to rock with this one, and I mean, you can already see in the black and white that it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
what's going on,
when you turned in the initial sketch, I was like, oh man, this is going to be insane. And then we got to this final point, and I was like, wow, I can't even like imagine how he's going to color this in. Right. It was just, I was like, how much is going to pop? What's going to, and then I think the next slide shows, some of his initial concepts.
Yeah. And so these are two of the colorways that essentially are what has come out now.
Yes.
Versions of these two variants here. And, but yeah, I wanted to have them just super popping, vibrant colors. And, yeah, then once you saw the come to life through the paint, bro, it's been insane. And even like from going from the sculpt and then seeing it in person when Hector painted it like overnight for San Diego Comic-Con, and we got we didn't know it was going to be there in person. And so when I finally got to see it right then, bro, my mind was blown. And yeah, it was just insane. And it's been awesome the whole time. But actually, let's rewind a little bit. So I went to a panel at San Diego Comic-Con last year, I think it was. You guys were all on a Godzilla panel.
Right,
and
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago? Okay, so 2 years ago. And so yeah, it was like the first one that everyone kind of came after COVID, right? And
the one where no one would talk into the microphone, remember? They were all like this.
That's right. That's right. And
then I got some hard looks from people because I was trying to spice it up. It was good. It was kayfabe.
And but yeah, so then I came through to that panel because I saw my boy Jody from Stern Pinball.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, we're rolling up. Let's go." And and just after seeing that, man, it like rekindled the entire fire. I'm like, bro, we have to make this happen. Let's get it going, And sure enough, so then it really kind of restarted the fire for it, and we made it happen. So
yeah. And then that whole year, we had Brenton Enriquez, who has worked on a lot of Jesse's other work that he's done for other companies in the past, and he's lucky enough he works here with us at Funko. Mondo, and I was like, hey dude, you want to do a Godzilla, the Jesse Urban Aztec? He was like, yeah. So we kind of like kept it to someone who already kind of understood Jesse's style and was able to bring it to life in 3D, which is very difficult. It's a very, very hard thing to interpret once just because of all the shapes and all the complexities around it.
For sure. And yeah, like because kind of interpreting the style and the shape language and how it becomes dimensional, like once someone kind of gets that grasp, like he has a real good sense for it, man. So I was real stoked that we could get him to work on it. Yeah, big shout outs to Brenton for sure. Yeah, he worked on he worked on I think the Boba Fett and also the Batman with Sideshow Collectibles,
right?
And a couple more also. But yeah, no, he's been killing it for a while. And it's just
outstanding, dude. And seeing this, I mean, it's incredible when you see the paint app on it, right? Like it pops. Like someone earlier in the comments said it looks like it's neon. So someone asked Tanner, the guy who our buddy who runs the social media for Mondo, does the new one glow in the dark? And so I said, Tanner, tell him no, but it looks like it glows in the light because that's how freaking intense the paint app is. And it's true, right?
It does have that. I mean, if you see it in person, it does have that. Like it just kind of, you're wherever you are, wherever it is in a room, you're gonna look right at it. It's just kind of how it is.
It draws your eye right to it. It really, it's so cool looking in person.
Yeah, I mean, so many people are shouting you out, giving you lots of love in the chat. Kirk Galk says, "Happy I snagged the red version. Looking forward to it."
Hell yeah.
I love the breath effect. It kind of looks like a big ship. I mean, people are like excited about the sculpt lines. Love Jesse's work all the way back to his Death Serpents. Fantastic.
Hell
So,
yeah.
you know, like you know it, but people are over the moon about this thing. Seeing this shot though, yeah, there you go. Seeing this shot really makes me hope that we get another variant that feels like a stone variant or like a patina, like something that feels like a relic or an ancient piece, because that's, you know, so much of the influence of the design work is historic, you know. And can you talk a little bit about that, Jesse? Because I feel like that's such an important part of it to talk about, that it's not just a rad design style, it harkens back culturally.
Yeah, for sure. And so like coming up with the design, we wanted it to kind of feel like it would be, you know, carved in stone type of thing that, you know, you would find, you know. And so it's a lot of the origin of the character I was trying to bring out into this is like the Sipakli, which is like the ancient crocodile, like the primordial sea monster, also known as Tzatlikutli, like the great earth monster. And so they had like mouths on like every like piece of him, you know, just to keep chomping away at everything. And so wanted to get a lot of that in there. And so the piece on the on his shoulder carved in is actually the symbol of Sipakli. Yeah, so then on the leg is the tech pot, which is the flint knife, right? And so that's always you know, like the sacrificial blade, which also means get to the point, right? So yeah. But yeah, so no, there's a lot of specific references on him, and wanted to really bring it back to that style. Like, what if, you know, the Sipakli was Godzilla? What would that look like, you know? And how would he look carved in stone, and then also, you know, alive and vibrant and, you know, super colorful, like with like influences of, say, like the feathers and Quetzalcoatl feathers, you know. And so yeah, just trying to bring everything in there. And so yeah, it's I think it's succeeded pretty well in you know, representing everything here. And yeah, so stoked to see it all come together, bro.
You know,
everything you just said though too, it's just great to hear some of the history and some of the culture that you imbued into the design itself, right? Like, it wasn't like you were saying, Peter, it's not just random stuff thrown in there to make it look cool. There's meaning behind some of the areas that you chose, right? And there's very specific. And I think it's great that it's like this cultural kind of like, you know, you combine two cultures together to form something that's really unique, a really unique collectible for just Godzilla in general, right? It's really awesome. Again, thank you, Toho, for letting us do this.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get to that next, but before I do, I want to say, Jesse, my mom's even complimenting you. Salma, Bustama. Yeah. Mom, you don't have to compliment him. Just save your compliments for me later, please. I can't share with Jesse. Please.
Shout out to Attack Mom.
Attack Mom, yeah.
Yeah, no. It's true though, but you know, the thing is that it is that kind of piece, you know, where it's like when we were at the booth, there was just as many Godzilla fans as non-Godzilla fans saying, I gotta have that, you know. And it's one of those things that like I talked about it earlier today. If you collect Godzilla figures, if you collect, you know, there's so much out there, and there's so much about any IP. You can get anything you want nowadays, right? But when something stands out so much, especially at Comic-Con, dude, where everything is there and everyone's bringing their A game, something pops like that and it connects with people, you know, it's strong. And looking at the sculpt, even without the paint, I was just thinking that a good song, you know, like a good song, you strip it down to an acoustic guitar and vocals, and it's still great. And a great figure, you strip it down, all the paint, all the highlights, all the special effects, and you just look at the sculpt. And if the sculpt still speaks to you like that, you know it's something special. So shout out to the whole team. And yeah, Hector, like you were saying, shout out to Toho, because they continue to let us really push the boundaries of what it can be. And you know, we were talking about that years ago when My Godzilla was pitched. You know, the figure, would they allow this? It's so off model, it's so different. And thankfully they were generous enough to give us a chance, and it did super well. And Jesse's piece goes even crazier, in my opinion, and really pushes it, and really, like you're explaining, Jesse, connects it all the way back culturally. I think this just elevates Godzilla. It makes Godzilla what it is to all of us, like a platform almost. Like Godzilla is almost an icon of creativity and inspiration for me, at least. Like I just want to do so much with them. and this shows that. So congrats, you guys.
Yeah, and then so the blue version that we what we were calling the heat ray version we released today. Surprising people.
Space Godzilla.
Do we have there it is. The blue, yes.
Yes. So this is the version that we put out for Godzilla Day, special release. It's a timed edition just like the previous one, and so if you guys are into it, you can go purchase it.
Yes, right now over on mondoshop.com, you can go and get the Godzilla vinyl designer figure by Urban Aztec, heat ray variant timed edition. So timed edition, sometimes I think people get a little comfortable with timed edition because they think, oh, I got time. You can get this up until you have time.
It's in the name, Peter. You have time.
Yeah, but the problem is everybody always wants an extra 3 minutes. And it always happens every single time we do a timed edition, no matter how long it goes. There's always someone who goes, oh, I forgot. So I would say treat timed edition like, great. It worked out. You have time to, you have until November 3rd. It starts. You have until November 7th.
It's over. They wasted all their time. It's done.
11:59 p.m. Central Time. To get this guy locked in. And man, I loved the first version you guys put out. We put out, right? Jesse's design. But this one to me is the one I gotta have.
Yeah, this is my favorite. I mean, shout out to Hillary who painted this.
Hillary
she
Arce.
did a phenomenal job. Yeah.
Yep. She's doing the Lord's work on these paints. Absolutely.
Yeah, she's painted several of your figures, Peter, and a couple other things for Mondo. And so just huge shout out.
Yeah, man. She's continues to crush it. This thing is out of control. I mean, I want to shout out these pictures real quick because they're so good. And shout out to the Typo Negative shirt, by the way.
Yeah, awesome. Shout out there for sure.
I've been having a lot of people talk to me about Typo Negative lately, and I'm like,
how do we sneak that in?
Is this your shirt and your necktats?
Yeah, I'm glad. There's Typo Negative love.
Yeah. I love these angles, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Robert, Manic Images. He's been shooting a lot of our soft final stuff, and he's great. He I'll call him and be like, dude, we really need photos real fast, and he's able to knock them out so quickly for us. So thank you. And yeah, just super stoked on this release, and just again happy to be sharing it with everybody and giving folks something that's really unique in the Godzilla world. So
yeah, and shout out to you, Hector. Not that this needs to be a total love fest, but the truth is, like, these things ultimately go through Hector, and Hector's the one who says we should do this, we shouldn't do this, yada yada. And so just working with Hector for the time I've been able to, it's always the mentality of swing for the fences, get the wildest idea we can, push it through, and you may never get a chance to do it again. So I think it comes through clearly on this piece. Super excited.
Thank you.
Yeah, awesome. Look at that. So if you haven't pre-ordered this guy yet, you're out of your mind. Make sure you get it done before November 7th, and then there will never be another chance to get it. So super hyped.
It'll be gone forever.
Hey, you guys, just want to say bye-bye real quick. I'm going to go.
Florian, thank you, man.
Thank you, Florian.
Thank you so much.
Love you.
Thank
you. Follow Florian online. Florian, what's your Instagram again?
Florian Bertmer.
Florian Bertmer, at Florian Bertmer. Go give him a follow on Instagram. He's the man. All right, Florian. See you later, buddy. Bye.
Thank you, Florian. Real quick, I do feel like we should recap some of the stuff that's happened in this movie.
Yes,
we've missed some.
Bring us up to speed.
We've been chatting a little bit here, but there's been some cool stuff. We saw Mecha Godzilla's reveal, right?
Yes.
We saw him fighting Godzilla over in that kind of oil refinery area. I remember when I saw that for the first time, it was obvious that it was a different Godzilla because it had like a totally different face on top of like the metal suit, and it was just something that as a kid caught me off guard. I'm like, why does he look like that? That's very weird. And then
I'm gonna show just for a second, see if we don't get sued. There it is. So if you're not watching this, is this not where you are in the show? Did I mess?
No, I am, but I'm just recapping at this point.
I know, but now I'm asking, like, am I live?
I don't know. I'm in a totally different.
It's not exactly what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, I'm seeing them talking.
If I refresh it, it should be live, right?
He's getting hit with lightning on mine.
Oh, I got an ad.
I mean, it's going to be a little. This happens when I watch football with my friends and who live in LA. We're like,
we're trying.
Saying touchdown. I'm like, I didn't see it yet.
But it's awesome. I've been watching the whole time, and there was a scene that just played on my screen, at least, that was that suit that I love so much from this movie, and it started like vibrating electricity, like glowing blue back and forth. It looks so great. All right, is this where you guys are right now? Let me see.
Yeah,
Okay,
basically.
cool.
A little ahead. I'm a little ahead, but
Okay.
or behind.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's awesome.
Or around
And,
this, but the scene already happened where Mechagodzilla and Godzilla face off for the first time.
yeah, it's awesome. You got some handsome actors here.
Yeah.
Dashing AF. Awesome. Well, we got way more to talk about, and
Let's do a
let's
giveaway.
bring up some
Yeah.
cool stuff here. I think we want to do a giveaway, right?
Yeah, let's do
How
this
about
one.
this guy right here?
Send some stuff off.
Yeah.
All right. So this
Got
one,
Sunrise.
yeah, Hector, talk about this figure, because I know there's a lot of people who do know about it, but I want to talk about for the people who don't know the history of this figure. Give us a quick rundown, elevator pitch.
I love it. Oh, well, this was one of the first not this particular colorway, but this
Right.
sculpt was was the first Godzilla soft vinyl we did here at Mondo about 3 years ago. Right? It was 3 Comic-Cons ago.
Was
When
the
we dropped
online
the
one,
cherry, yeah, the glow in the dark cherry blossom one, right? Which was very celebrated by the fandom, which we all appreciated. And so it's one of my favorite Godzilla suits, which is Godzilla 1984, Return of Godzilla. And so it was one of the first sculpts I did for this whole like kind of Sofubi inspired line. And this particular colorway was a DesignerCon exclusive. We snuck a few copies up on the website today, so we just kind of threw it up because we had a handful of leftovers. But we are giving one away right now. So
amazing. So
it
this
is
was
a heat ray variant. It does glow in the dark, and
I don't think it's on for sale anywhere. Did it sell out, the ones that we put up?
I don't know.
Probably did. Well, nonetheless, yeah, we're gonna give one away. It is glow in the dark. It's an awesome sculpt. It's the 84 Sofubi. I love this thing so much, and it's so synonymous with the Mondo Kaiju Godzilla line that if you don't have one, this is an awesome one to get. What trivia question should we ask?
I did say I was going to think of the next one, but I didn't. I'm sorry.
All right, I got an easy one. It should be easy enough. Give me the name of the director of the first Godzilla film, 1954.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
How about that one? That's an easy one. That's going to be a speed thing. It's still up. Huarang says, okay, cool. So you can get one. It's almost gone online. Okay, cool. All right. So the first person that tells us the year that this, the direct name of the director of the first Godzilla film. I see it. I see him coming in.
Jason Zapta at the very top, I think.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Jason Zapata, Ishiro Honda. That is correct, sir. With the quick hands, the quick typing, you can tell people were trying to type fast because we got some missed the letter here. Someone just went right for the last name. So yeah, it was a tough one. Yeah, there's a lot of close ones. But Jason Zapata, you just won yourself the this is the Heat Ray edition you're saying?
This is a Sunrise
edition.
Yeah, glow in the dark.
The
Decon
1984
Decon
Godzilla
version.
Sofubi. Glow in the dark. All you'll have to do is go over to your email and email support@mondoshop.com and let them know that you won this figure on our stream, our Pluto TV Toho watch along of Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, and we'll make sure that it gets delivered to your home safe and sound. Awesome.
So, right now,
Congratulations.
I don't know where everyone else is on this whole stream, but there is another awesome fight happening in another small
I'm
room.
getting dinner.
No, yeah. See, I was at dinner like 5 minutes ago.
I'm
I'm
at fight. I'm watching a fight.
I'm
right
watching
now.
a cool fight happening right now. Someone's getting choked out.
Can someone
He's
from
got a
Pluto
knife,
TV? I know they're
he's got a
watching.
knife in his boot.
Yep.
How do I go
When
live
he
with it?
turns alien, right?
What was that?
He gets revealed the alienness after he shanks him up.
I think so. Yeah, I think he just got. Did he get shot in the eye?
Look, face.
Oh, yeah. You're right. He got revealed as an alien. Yeah, Peter, you're way behind.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm playing. There's got to be a way. Not that it would matter if I was watching at home alone, but for the purposes of a watch along, I guess I'm behind. But either way,
What? Okay, I should know this, but I don't know the name of those aliens off the top of my head. I don't. Do you?
Yeah, you should know that.
I should know that. I feel like I should have. I should know those things.
it's not the Zillions.
I'm just messing around. I don't know it.
It's not the Zillions. Who? I'm sure someone knows the name of the alien race. Let us know in the chat. But yeah, so super hyped on that one. I'm sure there's a way to do it. Refresh the page. P-Rock, I did, and I'm still here on the boat. Let me see. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is where I'm at now. Am I live now?
I'm at
live
now.
Is this where you guys are at?
I'm at commercial time.
Hector, you in a commercial?
I think it
Yeah, I'm
depends
not a commercial.
when the commercials hit.
Well, I feel better now. This is because they're the ape aliens, black hole aliens. That's as specific as they ever got. Thank you, Robert D. If you don't know the names of the aliens, you win nothing. The green gorillas. Is it the Zillions? I don't think it's the Zillions. I think that's the race from.
I thought the
Astro
Zillions
Monster.
were the other ones with like the helmet. It's
Yeah.
No, it's the same people though, right?
I don't know.
Or same species?
Black hole. Everybody's saying black hole. Yeah. Okay. Well, I love this whole scene here. So, but yeah, super hype. What else we got? We got a bunch of stuff in this slideshow. Oh yeah, very important. Talking about me and my favorite topic.
Oh yes.
But yeah. Let me pull this off. But look how great this thumbnail is, by the way. I thought it was rad because it felt like a title fight ad where you got Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. I didn't even realize that we had that lined up. That's awesome. But we also are releasing today my silver edition of Mecha Godzilla figure. I'm so hyped on it. I can't believe this is real. I never thought, Hector, did you think that we could pull off a colorway of my figures? I didn't think we could do it.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, I thought it was something. We've traditionally stuck to something that's similar to what your posters look like, right? But in this case, for Mecha Godzilla, it felt right to do a silver variant, and I love how it turned out.
I can't believe it, dude. When this started off, obviously here's some of my prints. If you guys aren't familiar, I work as linoleum block prints, right? So I carve these images out of a sheet of linoleum, and I roll ink on the carvings and press them onto the paper. And so each print is handmade one at a time, and you have to be very thoughtful about how you convey shadows and lights and gradients, because you don't have you don't have a way to do that in this style to keep this visual aesthetic. So I use things like line work and patterns and things like that to create the iridescent look of the metal. So when we were talking,
I look at your print too, the one especially the one on the left, right? You really do convey that like shine that's coming through for Mecha Godzilla. Like it really does feel like he's made out of metal, which is great considering like what your art style is.
Yeah, I mean that's the trick. When I was doing this poster back in 2020, it was cool. How do we do metal? And that's what we came down to. And luckily, the poster was like one of the fastest selling ones. It's the one people asked me for the most, years later. And so yeah, when we started talking about what should we do next, like what figure should we do next, and immediately, first hold on a second. Look, this is what's happening right now on my screen, and it's kicking ass. This is what I'm talking about, dude. Look at that. I love this so much.
You are way behind. I have no idea.
Don't worry about where you are. This is what matters.
You're like way. No, yeah. Godzilla's appeared now. Yeah, this is a different section for sure.
So yeah, but when we talked about what to do next, we said, how about Mecha Godzilla? And we're like, yes, exactly, Mecha Godzilla. And I started sketching it up. Here are the original sketches. Now this, I was talking earlier about sketches with Florian. Florian sketches are beautiful. My sketches are like, this is as good as it gets for me doing a sketch. This is as tight as it gets. I've seen
some really good stuff come out of you.
Well, but in terms of communicating this style, I'm always like quick to get the sketch work done because I want to get right to the carving. So I have to like retrain my brain when I'm designing for a figure. You know what I mean? And then, designing figures already a couple times, Hector, has really helped me think, dude, remember that the person who's going to sculpt this doesn't understand immediately like what you're going for. So you really got to spell it out sometimes. And I'm like, damn, it challenged me to think about the way I design differently. Designing in 3D for 3D has, in my opinion, made me better at designing in 2D in this style. So it just causes my brain to think a little bit differently. So I put out, for me, what was most important with this figure is that we keep the dad bod. Mechagodzilla dad bod. If you
The
go
dad
away
bod
from
is
that,
important for Mechagodzilla. The belly is the best.
yeah, it was the belly and making sure that we can really convey the intensity of expression through the eyes, because as anybody who knows Mechagodzilla knows, like, he doesn't really have pupils or anything. It's these like glass or cases, these translucent cases where his eyes are. And if you look at the design closely, you'll see there's these sketched in circles, but they're not like drawn in or anything. They're just kind of faintly there if you look at them closely. But for this design, I said, why don't we just add a line of ink to that to really push the expression, right? So take some liberties there. And
something else I wanted to point out too, which is kind of fun. I mean, in a way too, I mean, when we're directing these, or it's almost like how you remember these in your head. Like for me, I think I said it earlier, in this movie in particular that we're watching, Mechagodzilla's a jerk. Like he's straight up just like does not care about anybody. He just wants to like take everyone out. He's like, ripping Anguirus' head in half. Poor King Caesar gets it later. And it was kind of part of something I was talking to Peter a lot about. I was like, he has to convey that somehow. Like we want to keep that in the eyebrows. So we did exaggerate that a little bit. So it's like just kind of keep that in there. And it's something that I just had a lot of fun with when we were designing this and when we took it to sculpt.
Yeah, because we've talked about it so many times. Mechagodzilla from the Showa era for me is a perfect design. It almost felt blasphemous to try to do anything to it, frankly, to be honest with you. So it was a question of what could we contribute or what could we reinterpret that feels worthy, like it feels like it earns the right to say attack Peter Godzilla on it. You know what I mean? Because if you go too far, I wouldn't even be a fan of it. But if you don't do anything to it, you don't deserve to slap your name on that. So it was figuring out that perfect balance. And yeah, Hector, you're right, because the expression is something that we really pushed. I think if you're not super familiar with Mechagodzilla, you probably wouldn't notice it. But if you do know the suit, you know that we really like kind of almost like recalled some Hanya, expressions into the brow ridge, really pushed the like evil grin of the robot mouth there. It's subtle, but there's like some flaring over the ear pieces. And I gotta show this. This is really cool. Again, credit to Toho. They let me put this asterisk in the earpiece here, which normally Mechagodzilla's got some rings in the earpiece, but I always throw these asterisks in all my designs, and they let me throw it in there. And I was like, damn, that's really cool. It's subtle, but it's really cool, and it lets it be like a little signature mark. So, man, I'm just so stoked on that. Being able to show that in the design. So here's something that I thought would be interesting to see, Hector, and you can speak to more. This image here where it shows the figure in pieces. What is this?
This is basically all the segments in this sculpt, right? And how many pieces are, basically going to go when we go into production or something like that. You can see like the spikes need to be separated, the head, the arms, the hands, the feet. I just thought it'd be interesting to show this because a lot of people don't get a chance to look at this behind the scenes kind of level of the engineering that goes behind one of these soft vinyl toys that we're releasing. And even though soft vinyl is technically a simpler format compared to our 1/6 scale, like hyper articulated stuff and all the, this is still pretty complex for a soft vinyl, where it's a bit more, it's meant to be simpler in terms of design.
And we really have to shout out the sculptor Tufan Caesar, who worked his butt off on these.
Yes.
And I think I sympathize for the guy, honestly, because I think that it's tough to interpret these designs, right, in 3D.
Yeah, it's almost like interpreting Jesse's work, right, to a degree. Even with Brenton, who's been experienced at doing Jesse's work in the past, it is a challenge to interpret this and make it functional and make it look good in 3D, right? That's like I think the hardest part about it. It already looks amazing as concept art. Now, how do you make it look amazing as an actual figure? And there's a lot of interpretation there. There's a big gap of just like exploration. And that's kind of what we do with a lot of your figures, right, Peter? There's like just a lot of exploration, a good month's worth of like tweaking this, tweaking that, moving this, growing this so that it works in 3D. And it was the same with Brenton's sculpt for Jesse's piece.
Yeah, because they're such bold illustrations. I think Jesse's stuff, nobody would deny that stuff just jumps off the page, right? And sometimes when you translate that into sculpt, it doesn't always jump off the screen as a sculpt. Like there's another level, there's a collaborative effort. Like really to say it's an Attack Peter Godzilla or an Urban Aztec Godzilla is not really the whole story. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes with Brenton and Tufan that they bring an element to it that I'm like, damn, I'm so glad you're the one sculpting this, because I would not have known that that's where it needed to be pushed. That's where it needed to be tweaked to really communicate what I have in my head. It takes on another life when it goes through the sculptor's hands, and it's incredible to see it firsthand. And this is my happy ass.
Who's that?
This is just we got another picture here.
You had babies.
Yeah, that's what these are. Like Jesse and I, like at Comic-Con, seeing these things for the first time. And I think, Jesse, I'd love to know your thoughts, but there's just nothing like this feeling when I draw, I carve, I make prints. I love it. I'm very proud of what I make. And it's cool to see it, in the wild. But there is just something about seeing the design in 3D. Right,
bro,
Jesse? Because remember you saw all the. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like every day after the show, like when I would pack up the booth, I would try to go over there and look at it, and be like,
and be like, hey, dude, how's it going? And you're like, checking it out.
Can I come see this? They're like, no. I'm like, but there's a reason I'm here. Please,
dude, it's so weird. It felt like when I saw them in person for the first time, even though we've been seeing the sculpt all along the process.
Yeah.
It felt like meeting a celebrity in a weird way. I'm like, oh shit, there's so and so. Like it's like I'm like, I want to take a picture with. It's so weird. It's so weird to see them in person and to see it work, because in my gut there's always this feeling of like, this is the one that nobody likes, or this is the one that no one's gonna want, right? But there's
just seeing it when you see that final piece come to life from where oh man, we worked on this forever as a drawing or whatever happened to be, through all its iterations to the seeing it actually there. You're like, what's happening right now? Like, this is real, this can't be real.
And I imagine it's a similar thing for you, Cam, when you get to hold a record, right?
I was gonna say
the gatefold for the first time, right? You've been staring at a screen
totally
for what, months, right?
For sure, especially with like the vinyl effects and colorways too. It's like you get like a mock-up or you see like you have an idea of how it's gonna like press together when you heat it up, between two slabs of metal. But then when you like see it in person, then you like know that you nailed it, because sometimes you don't nail it, and when you do nail it, it's like yes. Sometimes you put an order in for a record and you're like, all right, it's gonna be this effect, it's gonna be this color, these colors, and then you like get it back and you're like, it's not really what I was going for. But then when you do nail it, it's like, holy shit, this is so cool. Yeah. But yeah, same thing. And I can imagine with the posters too, it's like, you're taking files and separating them and like making it into something that you think is going to look really cool. And then when you see it and it does look really cool, it's just, it's the coolest thing in the world, It
makes all the struggle worth it, because it is a tough, look, there are people who do physical labor for a living. This is not that, but no, because we care about it so much, I think it makes it very emotionally draining.
We're fans and we love what we're doing, and it does resonate when you see it in person, and to like hold it in your hand for the first time. It's a cool feeling. And I'm glad we got to share that together at Comic-Con, right? With you, Jesse. You were like, I literally, like you said, I had just finished painting that piece like maybe a day before I drove down to San Diego. So it was like, here you go. I hadn't even fully taken it in yet. So,
and you're saying you're like rushing over to the booth to look at it every day, and I was like in the booth every day, and I was looking at it quite a bit. Yeah. So,
100%.
And I think everyone was like, "Where do we get it? How do I get it?" And I'm like, "Bro, it's just the prototype right now." But yeah, I wish we could sell it. Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like what I imagined working at the chocolate factory in Willy Wonka felt like, is like you just get to
what we do, right?
Yeah. It's amazing. I'm so grateful, and it's never lost on. I can definitely know I can speak for Hector on this, and I'm sure Cam and Jesse, you guys feel the same way. It's never lost on me that this is like you carry the torch like a steward of the whatever IP you're working on while you're working on it. Like someone like Toho says here, we're trusting you guys with Godzilla, do it right. And so like the whole time there's am I making something that I think is exciting? Am I making something that fans are going to be excited about? Is this something that's going to do justice to the history and the legacy of Godzilla? You know, am I this piece worthy to be at the table with all those great pieces? And so it's amazing when it works out. It's amazing when all you guys show up on these streams and show up to pick up and pre-order these figures. It makes the whole thing feel great and heartwarming. So on that note, you know, you can go ahead and grab the reality.
Famous plug time.
Yeah. It's the truth.
On that note, you can go buy it.
We can't do this if you guys don't buy it.
I know. We have to live in both worlds. You know, we're like Blade here, day walkers. But the truth is, like at the end of the day, I got Jesse on that one. The reality is, yeah, we are excited about these. We're excited that you guys are excited about them. And today you can pick up the Mecha Godzilla silver variant edition. This time it is limited. Jesse's is timed. You got a little bit more breathing room on that, but I wouldn't sleep on it. This one, there are only 600 made. The first black and white lino cut edition was a timed edition. This one's only 600 made. So I strongly recommend, if you were considering it, if you, one of the people who messaged me saying, I can't choose, I think I'm going to hold off for the silver one, I hope I get it. Don't sleep on it, because none of us can help you after they sell out. They're gone. So real cool stuff. I wanted to highlight the band t-shirt that this guy was wearing in this picture because he had typo negative.
Robert,
Jesse.
again, yeah, he's killing it with the back, the band shirts in the background.
Yeah, dude. He makes everything look cooler with these poses. I got to be honest with you. Here we go.
No, I kind of like it. Yeah, it works out.
Totally. Yeah, this is some cool stuff.
Huh?
What?
He has a different band hoodie in every toy shoot.
I think he should only have band shirts from now on.
He does, yeah. If you look at Robert's photography throughout our website or whatever, or on our Instagram, like he's definitely wearing another band shirt.
Because he had another one in the first edition of my piece too. I remember, and I was like, "Wait, dude, that's a whole other hoodie he's blowing minds with."
Warren got me. With all that said, buy my shit.
Exactly. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What's going on in the movie?
Okay, in my screen.
What are you watching right now? You're probably like,
what's everyone watching?
An hour behind.
Yeah, well, I see a very intense conversation. I can switch to. No, this looks like it's in a dark place. Let me see here. Pull this up here. Let me try to remove this. And yeah, I see what I'm doing here.
I'm seeing a big fight going off on an island. What seems like there's palm trees on fire.
I got this.
Yeah, you're still a little bit behind.
Someone was saying that's like a time zone thing.
Maybe.
That doesn't make sense. The same internet.
Peter, me and you are in the same time zone.
And you're ahead.
I don't know if I'm ahead or behind at this point.
Look! Red lights. Anybody?
I don't have red lights. I think we're close though, because the people in like spacesuits are fighting on mine. I'm
trying to see if there's like a go live version of it. Nothing. But you guys saw me. I did reload it. So, but yeah, it's awesome. I actually really love the ability to do this. So if you guys haven't done so yet, make sure you go to Pluto.TV. There's so much stuff that you can watch. And what I learned earlier today is you don't have to watch it. I think I'm right about this. Pluto TV can correct me. I know you guys are in the chat. You can click on one of these other movies and start watching it.
I think so. Yeah, I was able to do it.
Look,
yeah, you could.
Hey, let me see if this works. I hope I don't get in trouble for this. See, look, I can just.
Someone's gonna be like, "What are you?"
Oh no! Look, no, it's not starting. Oh wait, is it?
No, it is. Now go back to the other one.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's cool. Like this is awesome. Like it's like having all of them on demand for free.
No, it's really great
on the internet. Yeah, dude, it's really cool. Now maybe if I go back to Mecha Godzilla, maybe I'll be with you guys. But really cool stuff, man. Pluto.tv is an awesome service, man. I cannot wait. I gotta make sure I can watch it on my smart TV too. It's really rad. But let's do another giveaway. What do you think?
What else are we giving away here?
We got something really good. Hold on, let me pull this up real quick. Put this. There we go. I don't know. Here, wait a second. Everybody calm down. Everybody relax.
I'm freaking out over here.
I think this is it. No, this is it. No, this is it. Oh, God.
It's in there.
Talk amongst
somewhere.
yourselves for a second.
Well, I mean, yeah, we're in a commercial. Or at least I'm in a commercial break too, so I
Okay.
can't even like. Kind of
Hector, I think we were synced up for a minute, but we're off sync now. I don't know what happened.
Man. Yeah, I'm seeing some steak on my screen right now.
Nice.
I won't
What kind of
mention
steak?
I won't mention the steakhouse that's on. The
Okay,
screen.
all
we go.
right. We can figure
So
that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
we are
Oh,
going to
yes.
give away. We are going to give away a Space Godzilla soft vinyl figure. All right. Now this is
Trendy
big.
variant.
The trendy variant. This is the one that people have been talking about online the whole time. Like, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. It's sold out now, right?
Oh yeah, it's sold out. It's been sold out it's sold out really fast, and it's been sold out for a minute.
Yeah. So you can't buy this one anymore. This is only available now as a giveaway because we love you guys and we're so happy that you came to watch. But this is the trendy variant of Space Godzilla. This figure, by the way, I got the cherry blossom. I can show that one, right? Can I show the cherry blossom?
Yeah, I mean it's yours.
It's huge, dude. It's freaking like you can hold. It's like a flagon. Like you could like if I drank like if I would drink out of it, it would feel like the right
Yeah.
size. These things are massive. They're amazing, and you can pick up. You cannot pick up the trendy variant anymore, but you can win one here. We need a really good trivia question. Let me find one here real quick. I got a good piece.
Yeah,
So-
no easy stuff this time.
No, nothing easy. You're right, Cam. Cam wants to know how many spikes, how many dorsal fins.
That
The
you
ex-
read
the
my
exact-
mind.
Yeah.
I know. I
You
know
know,
the
but you won't
answer.
share it.
I won't.
Good, yeah, you don't have to because you know it.
Yeah.
All right, let me see. I got to pick something here that's really. Oh, this is a tough one. I got two tough ones, and we can pick which one of these. All right.
You have
The
to
first
answer
one-
both to win.
Huh?
You have to get.
You have to
both
answer
right.
both to win.
Yeah, make it tough.
Okay. All right.
We'll know if you Google. Totally.
This is how this is gonna
qualify
go
if you
because
Google.
Jesse. This is what Jesse deemed, and I'm not gonna go against Jesse. So he wants two answers in order for you to win. So you're gonna have to write the first answer, comma, second answer, or if you skip the comma, that's fine, but space them out, right? The first question is what monster is supposed to be attacking Paris in the film Destroy All Monsters? That's the first one. Don't write. If you write it in now, you're not gonna
Ooh.
win.
Wow. I know.
The
I know.
second question, because you need two answers to win this one, is before they became Megaguirus, what were these things called? And that's in the movie Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, obviously, which you can get the soundtrack for right now, mondoshop.com, featuring my artwork on it. There's two
Wow.
answers.
It's so seamless with you.
Two answers. It comes out of my my
This is
dark
like
soul. I didn't even
consume.
plan that. I was like, my brain goes sell something. And it's like, so I'm like, so there's two answers. What monster is supposed to be attacking Paris and destroy all monsters? And before they became Megaguirus, these were called blank. Let's see. I don't. No one.
Look through the chat.
One of them is really close, but it's technically off. Let me see here. There's a lot of answers. Hold on, you guys.
If
Calm
no
down.
one gets it, we destroy the figure.
No.
No, then I get it.
I think we got it. I think the official answer is right here. Believe it or not, and people are gonna be real mad at me, and I apologize. Kyle Kawachi, you're so close, but you're not right. Matt A, you're so close, you're not right. The actual answer is Baragon is just attacking Paris and destroy all monsters, and the Mega Nula
Wow.
were I feel bad, but that's the answer. That's the right answer. The other ones are Mega Nulun. It's not exactly right. If I am being wrong as a Godzilla nerd, someone can correct me if Mega Nulun is acceptable. If it's like a plural thing, I'm always confused by that. When I was designing the album, I had the same questions, but the exact answer is this right here. So I'm gonna give it to Warrior King Forever for being exactly precise. And you win, Warrior King Forever. The rest of you, please don't get upset at me. It's all fun. I love you very much. But you, Warrior King Forever. And anyway, if you're gonna be upset at anybody, be upset at at Jesse, who demanded such a difficult thing. Go flame his social media.
That's his fault.
It's his fault. But again, congratulations, Working Forever. Amazing. Super exciting that you get to win this trendy version. I've seen the thing in person. It's outstanding. It's outstanding in person. It's so good. So congratulations. Guys, I think we have a little bit more before we end this stream, and I think it's important to go through it.
Well, I mean, we also still have a good. We haven't even gotten, at least me, I haven't even gotten to the battle yet.
No, I'm still.
The final battle has not happened. It's like about to start.
I have a local commercial right now, so I have no idea where.
See, this is what's going to happen to me now. Jacob Walsh is starting with the pitchforks. Peter's being a stickler for kaiju name spelling. Wow. Jacob, I literally looked up the trivia question and the answer. This is all Jesse's fault. But one thing we wanted to talk about, and kind of like why we're here is that we're celebrating as Mondo. We're celebrating Godzilla Day. We love Godzilla, obviously. Like, I think if we could only work on one thing, it'd be tough to pick against Godzilla. But we've enjoyed and we celebrated through all our platforms, the posters and the records and our collectibles. And this is just a small, obviously, selection of some of the posters. You got Tom's here, Tom Whalen's, Eric Powell. You got Florian's gorgeous piece from Shin Godzilla, and you have my Son of Godzilla here. The soundtracks, we've done so many great soundtracks. You see some of the collection here. Cam, we were at I forgot what show. I guess it was Comic-Con or Designer Con, and we had so many new pieces out there. It's incredible how much of the pantheon of the films we've covered, and the art is gorgeous, right?
We really have. We've done quite a few of the soundtracks. Honestly, if you're not like a vinyl collector, but you're a Godzilla collector, like, you should start being a record collector, because we got a lot of cool stuff. And they're not gonna last forever. We have most of the collection still up there now, but a lot of them are getting pretty low. So if you've been thinking about it, buy the records now. We'll get you hooked up with a turntable later if you don't have it.
Cam will personally send a turntable to anybody who needs one, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, but please do listen to him too. We make him to be listened to, not just to be looked at. It's
a good point. I couldn't believe when I heard how much overlap there is with some toy collectors who don't open their figures and record collectors who don't open the vinyl. Man, if there's ever been something you want to open, it's these records, like the artwork through and through.
I highly encourage and not for nothing, like, you're not going to see all of the artwork if you don't open it. You know what I mean? Especially on all the Toho titles, they all have gatefolds. They all, like, you see the Peter's Godzilla silk screened onto the D side of one of the records. So, like, there's lots of cool Easter eggs if you open them up. They're meant to be listened to. They sound great. We put a lot of love into not just how they look, but how they sound. So, pick them up.
I literally started buying records to collect these because I know that the artwork is, like, kind of exclusive to the design. That Space Amoeba one to me is Jeff's kiss.
Space Amoeba is so cool. Love that.
Warrior King Forever.
Just not just Godzilla, obviously, which is why we're here for Godzilla Day, but other Toho properties like the Space Amoeba and all that, which has just been
absolutely
just awesome to have been
Matango,
able.
We did.
Matango for the records team to have been able to work on that.
Yeah, Warrior King Forever. You can claim your Space Godzilla prize by emailing support@mondoshop.com and let them know that you won here on the stream, and they will get you set up, no problem. And you can, if you have any problems, just message Urban Aztec on Instagram, and he'll help you with it. And so our Tiki line has been super exciting. We have a brand new Tiki, in fact, to talk about today too, right, Hector? We have a new variant.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that we've been doing for a minute. Tiki, we took a little break, and now we came back this fall with some fun reissues of some of our kind of, like, more popular mugs. And I took that opportunity to do something fun with our King Ghidorah mug, which we based it off of his, the kind of the legend of the tricolor terror design. And it's just, it was just something fun to do. Tiki Farm nailed it with this Glazeway getting the colors and the fades and the wings and all of that. Like, it just looks so cool, and it's just a nod to like a Godzilla fans. That's like, I really wanted it to be just something special. That if you're a Godzilla fan, you know why he's like why those colors are present on this mug. And yeah, super excited to.
There is nothing more nerve-wracking as an artist for me than figuring out how to fit Ghidorah in tight spaces. In like the prints I've done, like you can only like in my prints, like I can do them like this, I can do them wings closed, and it's always like you got to make sure you thread the needle with what I'm doing. So when I see like a really great depiction of Ghidorah as a tiki mug, man, I'm like, dude, hats off, because that is not easy to figure out conceptually. It's great. There he is.
Yeah.
So
right?
yeah,
Is that a Mai Tai in there?
Special drink.
yeah, and so yeah, the tikis are back. They're beautiful. And then of course we want to talk about the collectibles in general, the figures in general, because I mean, it's just it's seeing them all like this, right? And I told Hector, like, you know what, put a slide together that just shows a bunch of it together, because you don't always get to see it like that. But looking at, and this is just a tiny portion of it. I mean, they got the Tokyo SOS statue that, you know, is insane in person if you've never got a chance to see it. There's a Groman Godzilla. I mean, who would have thought, right, that we would see the day? And that one is shipping next year, right?
Ooh. Yeah, but
yeah, look at the size.
I don't think we've shared how the final one.
Hold on, let me give you the one.
I don't think I've seen that one.
In case people haven't seen it, because we did premiere it at I think it was Comic-Con, or it was a convention, I can't remember, and we had mentioned that it's going to be bigger, and this is the final size. So it's a big chunky boy. So I can't wait for all of you to get this in hand. It's such a cool piece. The vinyl feels so great. He's like the perfect weight. And he's just, it's just such a cool piece.
It's amazing. I love this thing so freaking much, man.
Yeah, can't wait for that to ship out to folks and for people to have it. And
then, so then, you know, getting to see them all together is really impressive. I mean, we talked about Jesse's today, and again, you can see it, a perfect example. Like, there's a ton of great stuff on the screen, and that Jesse piece just pops. And then Hector, I don't think people really understand. I think some people do. But I don't think people really understand that when you see the Space Godzilla, when you see Rodan, when you see the 84 Godzilla, the Hedorah, you know, these pieces are your babies, literally. Like, you sculpt them, you designed the paint applications for them, the variants. I think, you know, because they're the Mondo Sofubi, people forget that they are Hector's work. Hector Arce, the artist behind the sculpt, behind the designs, behind the paint app choices. So just like we're singing the praises for Jesse and my figures today and Florian's record designs, I think you, sir, deserve a round of applause, because I really think the Space Godzilla figure specifically made me a bigger fan of the character, and I've never seen a Rodan figure I like more than the one that we're releasing. So round of applause to you, dude. Hats off.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely. I think that gets lost in the sauce, man, because it doesn't say, you know, Hector Arce across the top, but these are your babies, man, and they're amazing, and they are going to be at the end of it, like whenever we finally hang up our hats, which I hope is a long time from now, on Godzilla figures, you will have contributed a line of some of the most desirable and sought after Godzilla Sofubi out there. So congratulations. It's awesome, man.
Thank you. That means a lot. Yeah, and someone mentioned Biollante too. Yeah, I mean, these
Biollante.
These are. It's one of my favorite things to work on here at Mondo. Every chance I get to do it.
Put an H in the chat to celebrate Hector for all these pieces. Look at that.
You know, it's just something that's a labor of love, and it's one of my favorite things to do here. And when I get a chance to work on them, it just brings me happiness. So I'm glad everyone else has been stoked about getting these. I mean, it means a lot, and it means a lot that Toho trusted me with these designs. I mean, I think, you know, doing Sofubi inspired soft final here, at Mondo is something that was probably never heard of outside of Japan. So doing it here is really special.
100%, and everyone's showing you a ton of love in the chat, and rightfully so. The stuff's outstanding, and you're too humble, my friend, because the stuff is just super fun, and it makes you want to it makes me want to get back and design more stuff. Like, God, you hold one of these, like you want to get back to work. That's the best compliment, you know. and just so exciting to be a small part of it, dude, and see you bask in the success. It's great stuff, dude. It's really great. So I'm super excited. I'm really proud of all the stuff we've shown today and we've talked about. The movie's still playing.
Yeah, no, I mean I'm towards the end. Where are you? I mean, I'm at Mechagodzilla is just fighting King Caesar, and King Caesar's like peeking behind a rock.
Poor King Caesar, bro. I think of my brother and my family Shih Tzus, and I'm like, whenever I see him, I'm like, imagine like somebody messing with a sleeping dog like that. Just leave him alone.
Oh, I know. He was just hanging out in the cave, and then he was summoned to go fight this giant robot who's shooting missiles and laser beams at him, and he's getting kicked in the air right now.
Alazing. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. It's
King Caesar doesn't really come back in any other movies other than Wars, right? Is that the only other one he's in?
I always hold out hope.
He or she.
No, and I always hold out hope that he's the next enemy and whatever, or the next buddy in the next, like Godzilla -1. I know nothing about it. I would be very excited to see King Caesar show up. I don't think it's yeah, just like in the back like this.
He gets disturbed. He was sleeping.
Poor guy, dude. But yeah, man, so excited. And again, like if you guys are watching, thank you so much. Thank you so much to Pluto TV for hanging in the chat with us, by the way. That's so fun. Jacob Walsh was talking that he loves that the Pluto TV is actually hanging here with us. 100%, man. It's nice, so fun. It's a labor of love. We got to meet them, talk to them before the stream, and they're just as enthusiastic about it as we are. And it's just like so cool, to know that everybody who's working on this kind of stuff is a fan like we are. But we have some cool questions in the chat. One of them I'm going to drop on a Hector, and like he doesn't know I'm going to ask him this, but somebody asked, I'm going to pull it up so I don't make it up myself. Any tease, here it is, Mark Nosler, any tease for the next kaiju? And I assume he means collectible figure.
Well, I saw in the chat earlier that someone was asking if we're going to be at Designer Con, right? So
someone did ask.
We're going to be there in next month. So keep your eyes peeled there for some new reveals, because we're going to have a lot. We're going to have a lot of reveals there. And I can hint at someone here who's present with us might be working on a next figure. Maybe, maybe not. But
it's me.
Cam Dean, the Cam Dean.
Maybe 2 people are working on their next figures, or 3 or 4. Maybe all.
Yeah, I'll tell you. It's a good point. The enthusiasm that we felt for all these releases. Like, we're back to work, man. We're back to work, and there's more coming. And I've seen some of the crazy things that some of the madmen in this room have been working on, and holy crap, is all I can say. Because you're gonna need a nice amount of shelf space.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
You're gonna need a big boat. You're gonna need a bigger shelf. Yeah. And so if you guys have any questions,
we need the boat in this movie, man. That was a big boat. There's a lot of scenes shot on that boat.
Yeah. If you guys let's see. Let me question here. Love all the different figure lines that Mondo's offering. Haven't heard or read this officially, but has Mondo Museum line been discontinued? It's not that it's been discontinued. It's just that it's evolved into something else. Would you agree, Hector? Like.
Yeah. I think we when we announced that line back in the day, it was meant to be a line where we could explore artist editions, kind of like what we did with yours, Peter, or exploring other iterations of Godzilla, like the 70s cartoon version, right? But as we leaned more into the whole Sofubi soft vinyl aspect of it, and we just wanted to kind of start offering something that's a bit bigger with some articulation in some cases. So I think it's evolved into just kind of being this line where we can celebrate artist renditions and not be limited to the scale. Like Groman's piece, as you saw, is gigantic. But it was something that if we were to make Groman's work that small, it just wouldn't register right for me. So we just kind of opened it up. Same with Jesse's, right? Like at a small scale, it wouldn't look the same or have the same.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, feel free to throw any questions in the chat if you want before we're getting close to the end. So before we do split, we'd love to hear if you guys have any questions for any of us or for Jesse. But that was a great one, and yeah, we have talked about that a little bit here and there. And it's the reality. Like, we had an idea in mind then, and it kind of grew into something else. And yeah, it would be crazy, for example, to have Jesse or Groman's figures at that size when you could have them at this size, and it just like it turns all the details up to 11 in that case. Let's see. Oh, this is interesting. Attack Peter and Urban Aztec Megalodon. Holy crap. It's like what, giant shark?
That'd be fire.
Any giant shark news?
The Meg? Are we talking about the Meg?
The Meg? Yeah.
Oh, this is one of my favorite parts of the movie. I don't know. Again, where everyone's at. He's Mechagodzilla's doing the spinny. Yeah, you're not even in the same. Yeah, Mechagodzilla's doing the spinny, the spin shield in front of him, where Godzilla starts touching it and his hands start to kind of burn. He's like, ah.
Look at this one from Bob N. Can you do a Gabara? Face blue smiling. I don't know what the face blue smiling parts means, but can you do a Gabara?
Maybe.
Ah.
Maybe.
Let's see, you guys get your Godzilla -1 tickets.
Check it out.
You guys do get your Godzilla -1 tickets. I can't wait to watch it. I think we got to wait a little longer in the States, right? It doesn't come out immediately.
Yeah, I think
for us.
November?
December? Yeah. I think December 1st is what I remember reading. But I can't wait. I'll be there.
I mean, it looks so good. It looks so good. I cannot wait. I haven't been this excited for a Godzilla movie since probably Shin.
Yeah, exactly. And the trailer that came out today, with the dorsal fins popping out.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was really cool. I was not expecting the fins to just go like, yeah. It's like he's like, and they compress back in when he shoots it. I think that's pretty cool.
100%. John Price says, need a return of the Godzilla t-shirts. Would kill from some Attack Peter, Greg Ruth, Urban Aztec, and James Groman. I agree, dude. I would love to get some shirts. Cool. I still got mine from 2020 here. It's already starting to get a little crumbly. It's actually holding up pretty decently. But
I agree. Yeah, I think, stay tuned. We're definitely working on a lot of stuff for next year. So yeah, I agree though. I would love to see an Urban Aztec Godzilla shirt.
A lot of the stuff that people want to see, we want to see too.
Yes,
is when it comes down to it. You know what I mean? When people ask us for stuff, it's like, for sure, we'd love to do that. So
100%. And here, let me throw this up there real quick. This is great. I don't know if you can see this is where I'm at, Hector.
Oh yeah, look, you like caught up pretty substantially.
That's so
right
weird.
Now. Yeah, right. But I'm towards the end where Godzilla's neck starts to shoot he got shot in the neck and all this blood's spewing out.
I love this moment and these effects so much. Like all of this, you guys, if you've never seen, I'm sure everybody here in the chat's seen this movie or is watching it, now, but if you've never seen it, like for real with all the sound and the effects, it's fun. There's some goofiness, but this stuff is so on point with the style and the feel of the time. Like it's that 70s film vibe is just so great. So great. Let's see here. What is this? Peter, when are you doing a figure or print for the US Godzilla with Matthew Broderick and Hank Azaria? I guess I should probably get to it eventually. It's not the next one on my list, I'll tell you that much, but eventually I would be happy to do it. I want to, my goal is to get to as many of them as I can. I think I'm 9 deep in the Showa era with a 10th sketch already approved. So maybe eventually everybody's like, what else are you gonna do besides Godzilla? I'm like, Godzilla's fun. Everybody likes it. I'll just keep doing it. Look, Gabra and Minia 2-pack. Hector, what do you think?
Yeah, I think it's all very, very possible.
We should hire this guy. Rich says that was a joke. I'll get to it eventually, Rich. Joke or not. Yeah.
Come on, you gotta get a Zilla in there. I think a Zilla print would be perfect.
Jesse, what is your favorite Godzilla movie and character besides Godzilla, obviously?
I think Destroy All Monsters is still probably top. King Ghidorah is my favorite of the other kaiju. There's a lot of beasts out there, but that's he was always, Monster Zero, killing it, 3-headed super beast, bro. Like,
iconic.
Yeah.
It's a perfect design.
I mean, Destroy is pretty amazing also.
Yes.
And Mecha Godzilla is, come on.
It's funny if you look at the chat. Melanie M says that the movie's over for her. What are we doing here still? I don't know. I mean, for me, I'm right at the end where Godzilla's doing his magnet powers. So
I love these moments. I also like how the
the
suit goes back and forth.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I see a question. Okay, Smackles says Shin Godzilla vinyl record possible in the future. We'd love to do it. I don't know if there's any plans to do it at the moment.
Honestly, it's on the list. So
Yeah.
I mean, never say never. It's not currently in the roster, but certainly on our radar for sure.
Mark Nosser says Varan the Unbelievable is my favorite Toho Kaiju. I'm holding out hope one day that demon statue the villagers worship is so wicked. Yeah, that little statue is awesome. The one that the villagers worship in this movie is awesome. It's a great little piece too. Yep. So, dude, super exciting. Love Ibira toys. Oh, wait, that's the grocery store. That's funny. But yeah, I think we're about at the end here. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you so much to Pluto TV. Hopefully we don't get copyright strikes. I left the movie on for so long. I'm gonna go back.
I'm like, just switch it back at this point.
Yeah, whoops. But anyway,
Pluto's like, what are you
Hector
doing?
just texted me like, come on, you're on the movie too long. I forgot. But
I'm trying
anyway,
to be cool, but
Okay, wait.
you guys.
Before we say bye,
Tell
though,
me.
I don't know where it ended for some people, right?
Okay.
Where are you at right now, Cam? Is it over
Fine.
for you?
no, I still have like quite a bit. I think I like Mecha Godzilla shooting stuff out of his legs and yeah.
I'm right at the end where Godzilla just used the magnet powers to grab him, and now he's about to take him out. I think. Jesse, are you done with the
Mine's over. It just ended like.
It must be something to do with the ads. I don't know.
And that was that. Yeah.
But yeah, so thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you to Pluto TV, obviously, for thinking of us and asking us to do it. It's a huge honor. We love what you guys are doing over there. I'm literally going to end the stream and go continue to watch the movies because this is just too good.
Honestly,
it's just so good. Yeah, I'm going to keep streaming to nobody. But yeah, from all of us, Hector, Cam, Jesse, go follow everybody online. Hector is at Arce Sculpture on Instagram. Jesse is at Urban Aztec on Instagram. Cam Dean is at Cam Rules Official, and I'm at Attack Peter on Instagram. Go say what's up and let us know what you thought. If you had a great time, we'd love to hear about it. Thank you, Toho. Thank you, Pluto, and thank you to Mondo for helping us set this up. Love you guys very much. I'll see you soon. Hopefully back on the channel. Love you guys. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah.